Hey everyone, this is Aric back with All Replay, and we're going to be looking at changing out a Tipm. I went ahead and ordered a rebuilt one from Makes. They went ahead and delivered it like 3 days later. And the cool thing about this company is that you can actually buy a rebuilt one where they actually go in, replace all the relays that stopped working that's actually soldered on the circuit board. And that's why you may have your headlights going on and off, wiper blades going on and off, fuel pump may not be running, you know, car may be running rough. All these weird, strange things may happen to your Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep product in a sense. So, you know, because this Tipm is like the main circuit board that has all the fuses and all the relays that control like the whole car. And it's like its own computer board in a sense. And they made it so smart in the sense that everything's soldered on. You can't just replace a relay like you could back in the day. So we're going to show you. So here's the company. It's called Makes. I'll put a link down below, man. And I went ahead and paid. I think this whole part was like $340 rebuilt, but I went ahead. They got like a payment plan where I put like $170 down. But the cool thing about it is that you can actually rent this way. So like I said, you can actually rent this thing like $17, $20 a day. Change it out, see if it's your problem. You know, if it is, cool. You just pay the whole full price with it. And the cool thing about it, you know, this thing is like $330. I think if I send my old one back, yeah, baby, I'll get like $170 back. So it's like 170 bucks, you know what I mean, in the long run if I actually had to buy this thing. So it's pretty cool. And they have a video. You can scan the QR code here of how to actually change it out. So we're going to get into it. Mass, you want to help me open it, baby? Okay, so this thing is professionally packaged. And I ordered mine. Oh, they even got all the little fuses and relays already on here that are replaceable. Try not to make a mess. But, yeah, I ordered mine without a lid. It's going to make a mess anyway. Come on. Up, 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 up. I'm like, oh, is that real money?
Money.
Get real cash back by sending us your core. See, you can send your core back and get it, but this is how they package it. So, I mean, it comes with everything already on it. Besides, I didn't order a lid. That was $15 extra. I could just reuse my old lid. And basically, we'll go ahead and unplug all these plugs, take the old one out, and we'll swap it out, and we should be good to run in the morning. All right, so let's go ahead and pop the hood. Get into this thing real quick. Got the hood propped up. Go ahead and I think they say take the negative loose first, so that way you don't hit anything with your positive lead. That's the right way to actually disconnect the batteries. So you take the negative off, move that out the way, then you remove your positive, and then we can remove the Tipm. Go from there. All right, so basically got a 10mm. We'll just go ahead and take this loose. Be a good time to inspect, see if we got any corrosion going on here. You will lose your radio settings on this and your time and date. Oh yeah, we need to clean that anyway. So that'll kill that portion of it. We'll go ahead and do the positive. Get that out the way. Then we'll move on to the Tipm. Because I think this is an issue with this car for sure. Go ahead and get that out the way. Because my headlights are not working right at night. All right, so we'll go ahead and get this out the way. I may just go ahead and remove this battery too, so you know it doesn't accidentally touch anything. Oh, there's a hold down. So we'll go ahead and remove this hold down bracket for the battery. Get this out the way, and we'll remove this battery. All right, so you see we went ahead and got the Tipm out of the way, and we'll go ahead and remove this. I'm gonna look at the video because I think they say to go ahead and clear everything by touching it together, but before I do that, I want to make sure there's not another step I may be missing. Yes, you do want to go ahead and take these two and tie them together. I did not have a zip tie. I just found some copper THHN and I got them tied, and they should be together to basically clear everything out. My hand was in the way for, you know, whatever computers are in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at taking this cover off. Then you just rip that out like that. And now we have the actual Tipm here. So basically what you can do is press these little tabs in. We're gonna do one at a time. You helping? And you can release it up. I need to see if I need to take this power wire off. I may need to do that first. But you know, this whole part will come out. I went ahead and got a 13mm to take this loose. That's just the main power wire, I think, coming for this whole fuse block. So we're gonna go ahead and break this loose. Here you're taking, you know, something like this apart. It's always good to remove it and then go ahead and put your nut back in its place so you don't lose it. So all the parts are back where they were, okay? We move that to the side, out the way. So now we can remove our Tipm and unplug all the little nice fasteners that Dodge made underneath. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. This fixes this car. So like I said, you go ahead and press these tabs here, and then this will pull up. Press and hold these tabs. This will come out. You can pull this whole Tipm out of the way. I may remove this bracket that's underneath to just give me more room. So go ahead and kind of rotate that on the side. Try to be careful not to tear up any of the wiring. And you know what? I may see if I just go ahead and pull all these loose. So see what we can do with that. If you're too far, let's go ahead and take a look at this Tipm. Make sure that it matches what we have going on here before I start replacing all this stuff. It looks like it's all the same from what I'm looking at here. So we should be in good shape. I think I got y'all pretty good in here. So basically I'm gonna start releasing all these little tabs. And from what I remember watching is that, you know, you press the release tab and slowly wiggle each one of these out. Don't force them. You know, we're just gonna do one at a time and just work with it. You may want to just watch the video for that portion of it. I'm just gonna go ahead and just slowly but easy work these out, because I don't want to mess up a pin or anything that's going on here. You know, just slowly, easy, wiggle, 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 wiggle. There we go. You know, just do one at a time, man. You know, so I'm gonna wiggle, 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 wiggle. I think I got it going now. Yeah, I gotta press it. Oh, there we go. That was easy. That's that one, and there's these little push tabs to release it. So you want to push here. Y'all can see that to like get this portion out. I'm gonna have to get a screwdriver in there. Thing on this blue one, there's a red tab that releases this way. Release that up, and then you should be able to rotate this, I think this way. I think it goes this way. Things are on there. I think I broke it. You want to take your time and kind of wiggle and, you know, release and wiggle and release. You know, it's some of these they're tough, man. There's no joke. So, like I said, I'm not gonna do each one for one. There's videos on that stuff. So we're just gonna go ahead and slowly wiggle these out as I'm sliding it out. So it'll come on, baby. Just don't force it. You know, you wanna have it come out. So we're gonna. All right, what I ended up having to do on this one, I had to slide my flathead screwdriver in there to release it, and then it released. So like anything, man, just take your time with it, slowly work it down, and then you just put a little pressure to pull it out, work it down. I mean, you got to be easy on this stuff. You don't want to break nothing. Mine's only got 90,000 miles on it, but it's still old. You know, just there we go, and just slowly pull it out. And that's it. Tipm's out. So we'll verify that they are the same one more time. So it looks like the plugs probably are. All right, so it looks like everything's in the same place, even the fuses and everything like that. I verified that this looks the same. So I think we got a good Tipm. Well, I know we got a good Tipm. Just bought one. So now we're gonna go ahead and put everything in reverse. Be easy plugging these in and sliding them back in place and locking these little red tabs back in place, you know, and all this stuff. Because like, I should have been easier on this blue one but I think it'll be fine. They'll still lock in place, and we'll you know, and each one of these only go in one place, so there's no mixing them up, you know what I mean? So we'll go ahead and reverse it back in order. Put it like this. Just do one at a time, and just slowly slide it in. You know, really easy in its place. You know what I mean? And then you got to release this tab here to have it go insert back in this place. So slowly put a little pressure and lock it in. And we're going to do each one to get it back how it was. So slowly but surely go straight in. We'll go ahead and release this tab and push it in till we get it. Put a little pressure on it to work itself back in this place. You know, we want to make sure it seats all the way. We don't want it not to seat for some reason. So yeah, this one I feel like it's going to be off a little bit. There we go. That clicky clack. Don't come back. All right, so let me figure out which one goes where. I think this one goes here. Yeah. I think that one goes here. Pretty sure about it. Man, it's starting getting dark on me. So out of all the ones that I replaced, it was this one right here. I didn't release and I broke part of it, and now it's like I could just tell it's not snapped in place. What I'm going to do is just get a zip tie, hold this one in place, and then we should be fine. It's in there snug, but it's just not locking, you know. So we're going to go ahead and put the Tipm back in its housing. We're going to let this sit for a little bit. I'm going to look up if it's half hour. They say to do it overnight, it's the best, but I may be able to get away just half hour because I do have places to go tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and set that back in this place and go from there. This up, and this kind of pivots a little bit. Just slide this back in place. Make sure all the wires nice and out the way. And it should just slide back in and snap in its place. There. So that's done. We'll go ahead and put this cover back on. And that just snaps in place too. And we go ahead and put this power wire on. We definitely want to have that on there. So it looks like I'm going to have to take the nut off the old one. So we'll use that. So we're going to take this nut off of here and transfer it over to the new Tipm. So that's the only part they did not supply, was that nut. But no biggie. Got a nut right here. Just make sure that this is nice and clean. There's no corrosion there. This is nice and tight. And we'll tighten this down with our 13mm socket. Go ahead and get that done. And let's see about letting this, and we just want to snug this up. We don't want to make it too tight, but you definitely want it snug. Okay, you can close it up. And then all we gotta do is connect the battery, and then there's a procedure. Actually, when you go into the car, I'll look it up. I think you turn the car on, and then you turn it off, then you try to start it. So I'll look up that procedure and be back with y'all. While I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the battery cables from being untied, put the battery back in, and then we'll do a 12-second relearn procedure for the new Tipm. Basically, you go in, put your key in ignition, turn the car to on, do not start it, wait 12 seconds, turn it back off, then start. So go ahead and put the battery in, we'll jump on that. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of all this. This has been sitting here. I may clean this up after we get the new Tipm all learned in, and we'll put this battery back in. All right, so we got the battery back in, working on putting this hold down bracket back in place. Make sure we get this nice and snug. Get that done, then we'll go ahead and work on putting the positive lead back on first. Then we'll jump on the negative lead, and I will have to end up cleaning that up. Get that nice and snug, make sure the battery's not going nowhere. Just go ahead and put the positive on first. Do this one-handed. And make sure they don't touch each other, or don't touch. Okay, got a good connection there. I'm gonna go ahead and do this without being one-handed. There we go. Get that nice and snug right there. Oh yeah, I definitely need to clean this one ground. I may end up getting a new one of those. It's got nothing but corrosion. You just want to snug this up. You don't want to go too tight, break that off. So we'll go ahead and put power here and work it around a little bit. Go ahead and take this extension off. All right, snug this down. All right, got that done. I'm gonna put this cover back on its place. Oh, I should have put that underneath. Oh, man. It's always something, huh? Go ahead and move that back underneath. All right, so the horn beeps, so I don't know, that sounds good. We're gonna cut it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off. We got some music going on there. I'm gonna start it. And hopefully we don't have a Christmas tree of lights. Sounds decent. Got a check engine light. That don't look too good. I'll just let it warm up and then go from there. Let everything kind of settle. That's how easy it is to actually replace your Tipm in your Dodge Nitro. You can do it in a lot of different Chrysler products. I'm gonna go ahead and check the OBD2 scanner for the check engine light. It may just need to clear itself, or maybe it's something that's always been there that I didn't know about. I'll let y'all know. Stay tuned, like, share, subscribe. See you next one. Man, one of my headlights work. Let me check this out. Well, the headlights work. So that's a plus. They ain't worked the other night. Might have something working now that should be. That check engine light go away? It's still there, man. I'm gonna read that code, find out what's going on.